right, so I'm going to go through in this video the third and fourth con assignments, creating systems in context and interpret points relative to a system. So creating systems in context, this is like, can you read through a story problem and set up an equation, and then probably down the road can you solve it too, but right now it's just set it up. So like labeling the variables they're giving you is a pretty big deal. So I look down here and I see D and M. So she needs, she's got dark chocolate. Don't really want all that highlighted. Refresh. Okay, got dark chocolate here. So D for dark chocolate and M for milk chocolate. And then we need 120 kilograms of chocolate total. So when I add up the D and the M, I've got to get 120. So that's good. B is not good because it's got like twice the dark chocolate. So that has to do with the weight, not the amounts. C is not good, so it's got to be one of these two. And then this confuses people, and it can be tricky. Like D equals 2M or M equals 2D. Think about the one that you want to be bigger. So the recipe calls for twice the amount of dark chocolate. So there should be more dark chocolate than milk chocolate. There's more dark chocolate. Well, if I did this one, I would take the dark chocolate amount and double it, so I'd end up with more milk chocolate. If I do this one, I take the milk chocolate and double it, so I end up with more dark chocolate. That's what we're looking for. There's not some like magical way that I can give you to solve these, but I'm just trying to talk through the reasoning. Okay, so B is the number of hours it took Toby to skate from his house to the beach. And he went from the house to the beach at 8 miles an hour. So we've got to have 8 and B together. And then P is the number of hours it took him to get to the park. And he went to the park at 7 miles an hour. So 7 miles an hour. And it took him, or no, I'm saying miles an hour. I just realized it's kilometers. Sorry. But it took him 20 minutes. So we got to have this 8B plus 7M or 7P equals 20. So 8B plus 7P equals 20. So 8B plus 7P equals 20. Nope. And nope. So they got it mixed up. And then we look at, okay, it took them twice as long to get to the park. So the L has to be bigger than the P. No, I'm sorry, I'm mixing up the things again. But the B has to be bigger than the P. So if the B is going to be bigger than the P, it's got to be this one. B is 2 times as big as the P, so it's got to be this one. Ooh. Yep, no, that's right. I messed it up. So the P has to be bigger than the B. I said that, and then I didn't click the right one. So you see, these can be confusing. Lindsay is 5 years younger than Mark. 7 years ago, the sum of their ages was 31. All right, Lindsay is Mark minus 5. 7 years ago, the sum of their ages was 31. So if I go 7 years ago, well, they were L minus 7. They would be M minus 5 minus 7, and that adds up to 31. So let's see if we can find those two. So Lindsay is 5 years younger than Mark. I see that right here. Lindsay is Mark minus 5, and then they took, oh, no, this doesn't do it. I don't need this here. So 7 years ago, you just take away 7 from Lindsay's age, 7 from Mark's age, and you get 31. So I was doing that extra -5 in there, which was not necessary. So it should be this one. So those can get kind of tricky, and then I'm not even sure I'm showing you like all the options or talking through them the best. You got to battle with them, but I'm trying to give you a head start here. All right, so let's go to interpret points relative to a system. All right, let's see. Start at the same time in the same direction, but Josiah had a head start 10 meters past the starting line. So that's this right here. So this one must be Josiah's. Started 10 meters past the starting line, and then 2 meters every second. So that is exactly what this is saying right here. This 10 is this, and then the 2 is the fact that we're going like up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Shauna, 3 meters per second, but didn't get a head start, so started behind. So there's a 10-meter gap here, but she closes it and then actually goes out in front. What is the point I represent? Okay, so Shauna's distance from the starting line at a time when she is behind Josh. I don't hate that, but I'm not sure yet. Shauna is behind Josiah there. So maybe. Josiah's distance from the starting line at a time when he is behind Shauna. No, Josiah is not behind there. Josiah is ahead because the head start is still playing into it here. It's not the distance when they catch up, and it's not the distance when she's further. So I don't love the wording here for A, but it does represent the distance from the starting line at a time when she is behind Josiah, so that does fit. All right. Whipping cream, 18% butterfat, 4%. A whipping cream that's 18%, and milk that is 4%. So that's this line here, and we want a 12%. Okay. And then this line is the milk and the butter fat, and they want 500. So this is dealing with the percentage of the fat, and this is dealing with the amount of cream and milk that is used. So this spot here is below this x plus y line, and it's above this percentage line. So this point means there's too much cream, I think, and not enough milk. Too much cream, butterfat. Oh, so this is the volume line. And so we're lower in volume. We don't have the intended, we have less. And then more, so that's this one. More than the intended percent of butterfat. And that's because we're like to the right on this one. So I'm gonna go with C. Whew. A couple of these are rough. All right, let's try this one too. So this is 30 cents for white corn, 15 cents for yellow corn, and then $12 total. And this is she needs to buy 50 kilograms of corn when you combine the two styles. So if she's here, she's buying the right amount of corn because she is right on this line. If she were below it, you'd be buying less. But here we're buying the right amount. But we are to the left, we're underneath this line. Like we're to the left of that and we're under it. So I don't think we have enough yellow corn or white coffee. I don't think we spent as much money. Yeah. So we're lower for the cost, but we're right on the line where they tell us how much to buy. So there's two equations going on there. This one's tough. So